people? This is Andre, the Game Idea Guy. Thank you very much for lending me your time and your ear listening to another video from me. So, I know the majority of you who will see this video have already seen Microsoft's press conference. You've seen Sony's, you've likely seen Ubisoft and EA. Right now, I'm just going to focus in on Microsoft and a couple of announcements that they made. I'm not really going to talk about whether or not right now, whether or not I think their press conference was good or not. I mean, in short term, I can say yes. I thought they had a great little show and all that. But there's a matter concerning me, and that is Project Scorpio. While there's part of me that's kind of excited because it's new hardware, and I think that's pretty cool and all, there's another part of me that's dreading it. And if this generation has been, if this generation has taught me anything, this current generation that they're still calling next gen for some reason, if this current 8th generation has taught me anything, it's that publishers and developers want lazy work to be able to be as lazy as possible when putting their games together. Meaning, they want to throw together the ideas, but they don't want to do the cleanup job on their work. They don't want to clean up and clear out bugs and things. They don't want to test for that. They want system architectures to all be very similar so that they can just quickly copy and paste from one platform to the next without actually thoroughly going through and testing for bugs and glitches and things of that nature. Now, I'm also concerned about 4K gaming because I already know that 1080p gaming, which still hasn't fully been achieved, 1080p 60 frames a second on a consistent basis, that hasn't been achieved at all yet. But people now want 4K games. Sorry, it's still early in the morning for me. I just dropped my kids off to school. My worry with that is actually very sensible. It's going to drive up development costs. It's going to drive up the price of games. The console itself is going to be highly expensive. A lot of the developers that I liked and have liked over the years started dying out during the 7th generation when production costs went through the roof. And now they want to increase the production costs yet again. You guys want to know why we get so many games that are practically the same? There's a simple answer to that. And that being that there aren't very many publishers out there anymore. And you want to know why there aren't very many publishers out there anymore? Because, publishers and developers out there anymore? Because many of them can't afford to be around. A lot of companies that made like unique titles on a regular basis, as far as third-party companies are concerned, they've all been shut down. For the most part, a lot of them have been shut down. And that's my worry with the increased prices. I mean, not increased prices, but the forced increase in tech. Because gamers have been saying they want 4K, and the majority of them have no purpose for 4K whatsoever. Now we've got a company that's really going to try to push it, and it's still a dumbass idea. At least as far as I'm concerned. It's rather stupid. they'd be better off just at this point, if not jumping up, not bumping to 1440p, and then utilizing 4K and possibly 8K textures. They would be better off sticking with 1080p and then utilizing 4K and 8K textures, because while it would still increase the cost of development, the cost would not be as extreme. Like it would not be nearly as extreme. And that's something that they could do now on the current generation consoles. They don't have to make the leap to another device to do that. But this power for the sake of not even power, this processing capability for the sake of a processor, like to have the best quote unquote best processor and the best GPU, it's going to bite everyone in the ass. That's what I'm worried about. Now, I get that people don't really care about my opinion on this, to be honest, but it's a bad move. Like like I said, part of me is excited for what Project Scorpio can bring. I'm kind of that side of me is being outweighed by the side of me is thinking about, oh well, shit. What does this mean for all of these developers that I like, or the ones that are still around that I like? What does that mean for them? Are they going to be able to afford this? Are their publishers going to give them any wiggle room to actually make some fucking different games? Or is everything going to start getting whitewashed and we're going to get pretty much the exact same game, just a different skin? Which I've heard a lot of people complaining about that. Sorry, I got interrupted earlier, so I kind of, oops, that's not where I wanted to go. I kind of got interrupted a little bit earlier. And then I got on a cleaning spree at home, so I was rather busy. You guys didn't get to see that, so. I'm kind of worried about everything just falling into one category and just being one thing. That's what my biggest worry is when it comes to just throwing power or throwing more capable hardware at everything. If you're just throwing more capable hardware at it to the point where, and I'm pretty sure Wada said that this was a bad idea, but you're just throwing more power at it to the point where it's just going to run everything no matter what, that's actually going to cause problems in the long run. There are going to be a lot of problems that people don't want to go in and fix. Hell, they don't want to go in and fix the problems with some of the games that are out now. But that's my thinking on it. That's why I'm so like torn on this. Oh man, got stuff on my hands. Cleaning stuff. I just noticed it when I was looking at it. But there's a lot of problems with just, oh, we're going to make sure it runs everything no matter the problems with the games. You're going to end up running into a lot of game crashes. Games are going to be crashing. Things are just not going to work because people don't want to go back and check their code and stuff because they know that the console should just be able to run it no matter what. And then that makes me think about the fact that what happened to this power of the cloud? Wasn't there not supposed to really be an upgrade from the Xbox One? I swear that's how I remember it being promoted. I think that's how it was promoted. I mean, but I kind of knew that was BS anyway, so I'm definitely not worried about it. Man. I mean, there's reason to be excited for whatever the Scorpio is going to be, but then I just think about like, you didn't have to rush to put out another platform. You really didn't have to. like, you didn't have to put out another platform. You had no real need for it at the time. But it's on them, and Sony pretty much they're doing the same thing. I'm starting to have a feeling that Neo is not the PS4K as people are calling it, because I'm pretty certain that is just the equivalent to the Xbox One S, which is just a slim version. Hey, don't quote me on that. I don't know for sure. I'm not exactly certain of it. Whoa, okay. Sorry, I'm going to something at my son's school, and there's a lot of cars over here. So, oh gosh, we're going apart. But that aside, there's a lot more I'm thinking about, but I don't know exactly how to put everything into words just yet. So then you probably get another video from me on the subject where my mind is more clear and I can actually form a full thought better, and it not be broken up into 2 recordings. But thank you guys very much for listening. Keep your eyes and ears up for more stuff, and until the next time, enjoy your games.